Oh my gosh, you guys, Creeproductions are officially back. I'm so excited. I have been a Monster High fanatic from the very beginning. As you can see from behind me, we have Cleo and Deuce, Gaia, Spectra, and Abbey. Since I've been a fan since 2010, I also have some originals with me, literally from my childhood. And I will admit, they're in some sort of shape. I'm actually in the middle of restoring a lot of my doll lines right now, like really getting them back in their outfits, cleaned up, restyled, all of that stuff. But I wanted to break them out so we could do some comparisons and see if there's any changes, see how well the Creepros hold up to the originals. So let's get started. I think it's only right if I start out with the dolls that started it all, the first ever Monster High dolls that I ever purchased, which shout out to Blonde Brats on Instagram. They're some of my OG YouTube fam, like from way back in the day from my original channel. And they reminded me that I actually had a video on my first ever Monster High dolls and what else I purchased that day, which was a Party Jade. And I'm like, okay, what? This comment really threw me for a loop because I was like, I actually have a video on my first ever Monster High dolls. That account was started in like 2009 and Monster High came out 2010. So I run over to that account and sure enough, I do find a video that indicates what my first ever Monster High dolls were. So here they are. Cleo and Deuce. I still to this day love this set. OG Cleo is even still in my top 5 best Cleos of all time. Deuce, I mean, we'll see the originals. First things first, of course, looking at the Creepros, I feel like I'm in 2010 again, looking at this. This looks absolutely incredible. They do look pretty similar to the OGs, which you'll see in a moment. I mean, this packaging is so nostalgic. But on the back here, you see their G1 art with their pets. And then their bios. On Cleo de Nile, it says age 5,842, give or take a few years. Favorite food? Grapes, especially when someone is feeding them to me. Yes, we love princess treatment. Princess treatment only, Cleo. Seeing under favorite food, under Deuce, it says it's my own creation. I love that the new G3 Deuce is like into cooking. It fits. Okay, so let's look at my originals. This is my original Cleo. She's in pretty good shape. Right away, what I notice is that the OG Cleo has shorter bangs. This one has longer bangs. When I first got the Creepro 2, I did notice that her shoes are a bit more yellow than the OG. Shirt looks pretty much the same. I don't have her jewelry. I know for a fact her headband broke, which is gonna be kind of a theme with this OG set. There was a lot of issues. As of right now, I don't have plans to open Cleo and Deuce. Would love to keep them nice and pristine and in box. Maybe I'll see about getting another set. The face is definitely different. I'm checking for highlights. I do see, like, I feel like new Cleo's highlights are more obvious than the originals. Huh. Yeah, the face does look a bit different. The cheek mark is pretty much the same as well. Just looking at her in the box, the new Cleo looks like she has saran. So like I told you earlier, I did reference my previous video, and in that I found everything that went wrong. Essentially, it was just a video of everything that you don't want in a doll set. That's what it gave. When I first got the Creepro, I was like, did Cleo always have this headband? Yes, she did, but mine came broken. She also came with a bad lip job, so I just gave her a nice little repaint with some nail polish, and I think it doesn't look bad. This was one of my favorite nail polishes. I put this on everyone. I just thought this was so pretty, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I have since learned the proper way to repaint, but I just don't know if I would want to redo her. It still looks great, and nostalgia. We'll see. Now this is where things get really, really interesting. This is my Deuce. Now mind you, this arm is somewhere, okay? Who knows? I might have even given it to this other Deuce that I'm going to show you. As you can see, he was not as loved, okay? I do remember saying in the OG video that, yeah, I'll customize him. Never did, as you can see. I cut his snakes off because they creeped me out, probably. I mean, yeah, looking at them, they're more tolerable now. I just don't really feel good about his snakes being up in the air, which is probably why I cut them off. Now, obviously he is together, but his leg came broken. I can see his foot has been glued back on. Don't know what that's about. I don't know if I broke it. I don't remember complaining about it in the video, so maybe it broke. I take really good care of my dolls. This may not be proof, but for the most part, I really didn't mess up my dolls as a kid. So he's a bit of a rare case. Under his pants, like I said, his leg was broke. Looking back, I was like, his leg literally came broken. Like, I wasn't more upset about that. Years ago, there was like this gray, almost like twinish like stuff. That's what is keeping his leg on. It was put in there somehow, probably by my mom. She's the only person that I would imagine could have come up with something like that. So that's how he is together. So I am grateful. And I still, like, looking at him, I'm like, oh, he's so sad. Like, well, I do know that I put a hat on him back in the day because a hat fixes a lot. Oh my goodness, he's missing his piercing. We'll find it, hopefully. I still would love to maybe customize him down the line. I think that would be fun. This is my favorite Deuce. This is the Dawn of the Dance Deuce. He's only taken on minimal damage, and it's not even the doll itself. I just apparently cut his sleeves for whatever reason. Wish I wouldn't have done that. But I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's like raw edges. And I almost thought it came like that. So not the worst thing ever. I do like that he has the gold earring. That's really nice. But the main thing with this doll is that the snakes are down. Like I said, kind of creeps me out when they're up. Snakes are down. I'm a happy girl. He's a cutie. I would definitely buy him if they made a creep row of him. So far, I'm noticing the creep rows are practically identical to the originals, but I do appreciate they do have on the inside of the packaging, it says Boo Original Creeproduction. That way no one can be sneaky when they're selling them brand new in box on all the platforms. Next we have Ghoulia Yelps. Ghoulia for me is one of my favorite sculpts in the Monster High G1. Her face is just so pretty. I know glasses is her signature, but if you take them off, it really gives 90s movie makeover. Just the prettiest face. So supermodel. I actually also love this Ghoulia. Just like Cleo and Deuce, mainly Cleo, this Ghoulia Yelps is still in my top 5 of every Ghoulia Yelps ever made. She is just so good. Here's the back of her box. And it says she is 16 in monster years. She has a pet owl named Sir Hootsalot. The perfect companion, even though he absolutely refuses to be a message courier for me. He's a little useless. She likes fast food. And her BFF is Cleo, Nile, and everyone else at Monster High. So she's a little social butterfly, but of course she is. Who doesn't like Ghoulia? I love how she and Cleo are besties, and you would think her and Cleo wouldn't be. I really appreciate that. Ghoulia's smart. In hindsight, it really does or can make sense, because why would Cleo not want someone really smart beside her? For all her foolishness. Her outfit is pretty fun. I actually love mixing patterns. It's kind of giving like a Gwen Stefani-esque No Doubt era look for me, which I love. I do still, of course, have my OG Ghoulia. Right off the bat, I'm pretty satisfied with my freshly deboxed Ghoulia, but there definitely are some differences. To make it simple, OG Ghoulia is more bold. Her eye makeup has like a cat eye effect. The eyes are darker, both the eyeshadow and the eye color itself, and her lips are fuller. As far as hair texture, both appear to be rooted with saran. All of those things aside, I would say you have a pretty fresh ghoul on your hands. Even the pets are pretty identical. This is OG Ghoulia's, and this is Creepro. Okay, it's time to get a little frosty in here. This is Abbey Bominal. She is the daughter of the Yeti. She actually has variants as far as the texture of her tinsel. Mine is the straight tinsel, and then the other version is more like the original, which of course I will show you. This is my OG Abbey. She has the textured tinsel, which apparently you can get on other Creeproductions. I purchased my Creeproductions on Amazon, and from what I've seen, if you purchased your Abbey from Amazon, you did receive the straight hair tinsel. If anyone received an Abbey with textured tinsel, I would love to know where you got her. Either way, I'm pretty pleased. I actually really like the straight tinsel. I definitely still like the textured tinsel too, though, because it does give a different feel. Also, it doesn't really make a big difference to me. Anyhow, I mainly purchased this Abbey for her body for a custom that I ordered. I don't really see her getting a collector doll anytime soon, so I thought it would be cool to have something different Abbey-wise in my collection. So if she needed a body, this will be that doll's body, hopefully, provided she arrives safely. But meanwhile, I will definitely be enjoying this one. As far as differences that I can see, OG Abbey has thinner brows. Also, her eye makeup seems to be like kind of slanted versus the Creepro has rounded eyeshadow. Lips are pretty much the same. And the hair, OG Abbey, her hair is a blonde color, while Creepro is more of a platinum blonde. The Creepro with the platinum blonde definitely feels more on brand for Abbey. Last but not least, we have Spectra Vondergeist. This purple ghost, oh my gosh, okay. So I love Spectra. I mean, Monster High is amazing. I find it really fascinating that you can love the core group, but you also have so much love for the outsiders. And Spectra is one of those people. Well, in this case, a ghost. Spectra is one of those ghouls. She has just such a pretty face. I love the transparent hands and feet, how it's like she's kind of transparent behind the eyes. But the problem with this doll is her hair. It's always been her hair. Unfortunately, she's made with poly. Let's compare. Spectra definitely got a makeover. Jumps out at me besides the obvious hair difference is the Creepro Spectra. Her eyes, it's like they come down more. They're not floating in her head as much as the original. It's kind of like she's smizing, and I think it actually gives her a prettier look. Lips are pretty much the same, but the OG has a bit of a wider mouth. I do also prefer the mouth now on the Creepro. So that's actually pretty cool. Lower lashes also appear to be a bit different too, the OGs being a bit longer. Besides her hair now being poly due to Canacolon being discontinued, I'm not gonna lie, the poly isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I definitely hate the Canacolon that she has. Is so dry. I was like, yeah, definitely don't miss this. So I really wish she would have got Saran as well. She's the only one that got the terrible hair treatment this time around. Looking at it, like if you were just going to put her on display, the poly isn't so bad. However, I did end up purchasing Spectra some new locks from Shimmer Locks. I want to say it was maybe hours later that they posted, like right now on the website, they have a Spectra bundle to tell you exactly what colors would go best if you're just literally trying to create the dark purple over the light purple. That being said, I'm happy to know that I picked the right colors or color because I didn't want to do exactly what she already had. I always at least want to change it a little bit, just something to make it different. She's gonna get some brand new hair and she's gonna look gorgeous. I'm manifesting it. Her ferrets also seem to differ in color. This one's leaning more purple, this one more blue. The more blue one is the OG, and the more purple one is the Creepro. Also, the purple one can stand, the bluish one cannot. Well, guys, that was a fun little trip back down memory lane. I'm once again ecstatic to have all these dolls back, all fresh and brand new, and I would love to know who your favorite Creepro is. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.